Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a quick haul today because when I went to the Goodwill, I found some really good finds. Again, what I talked about in episode 9, I talked about doing research on different brands and getting more familiar with brands that will bring a higher resale value. And so I was so elated to find these items today. I also found a few items that I didn't purchase. I found a Dooney & Burke wristlet. And Dooney & Burke is a very good brand. But what I found with the wristlet is that it was selling for, most of the sold comps that I seen were about $20. And the wristlet itself was $7. So for me, that would not have been a good turnover price. So I ended up walking away from that, as well as an Armani exchange purse. Now, for the Armani exchange purse, I was going to get it for myself because, as you know, I've stated in my previous video, one of my hauls, I found some Armani exchange sunglasses, and my friend gave me a graduation watch, a graduation gift watch, and it's Armani exchange. So I was just going to get it just for myself because, you know, sometimes I do like to dress up, and that would have been nice to pair those, but I just didn't want to pay. At the time, I'm on a budget. I'm on a daily budget, and what I'm doing at this time is building my eBay store and my eBay listing so that I can bring in more funds on a daily basis. Right now, I'm at about the 1% rule, and I do make about 1% on a daily basis of my listings. So what that means is I have about 200, a little bit over 200 listings, and I sell about 2 items a day on a weekly basis. When it comes to the weekend, I do sell more, and I do little tricks. I do run a sale every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and at the least amount, I will take 20% off every item in the store. So I run that sale every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And what I've noticed that most people get paid on the weekends. Most people are perusing the internet on the weekends. And so those days bring about the most sales. And so over the weekend, I have way more than 2 sales per day. But throughout the week, I get a consistent 2 sales, about a consistent 2 sales a day. It's rare that I don't see at least 1 or 2 sales a day, which is fine because I'm really only building up my eBay store to source. I also have an Amazon account, the FBA, and so I do have that. That is my bread and butter, and so that is where most of my funds come from to actually contribute to the household and to implement savings. So all of those Amazon funds are set aside for that. So I'm trying to build up my eBay funds so that I can have expendable funds on a daily basis so that I can source for both Amazon and eBay, so that when I'm receiving my Amazon check, I am not taking anything to put back into sourcing. By the time I receive my Amazon check, I will be the sourcing will be complete. And so I do ship in a certain amount every week for Amazon. And so like I said, that's my bread and butter. And so I don't try to use that money to source. I try to put that money back into either the household or into a savings account. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm building up my sourcing funds. I met my first goal this past weekend, and so I'm now working on my next goal as far as my funds for sourcing go through my eBay store. So I'm good. I'm happy about that. So I'm going to jump right in. Like I said, this is a very small haul, but I could not pass up the opportunity to share with you guys what I found today. So the first 2 items, I am not familiar really at all with this brand, but I happened to look it up, and I've learned from listening to other resellers how to spot a good pair of shoes. And so when I first saw these shoes, I thought to myself, like, let me look these up because these look like a really good brand. And so the first thing I did, I saw the first thing that caught my eye, and I don't even think you can see it, is the fact that this logo is indented. So it's branded into the shoe. It's not a sewn on cotton logo. It is actually embedded into the insole of the shoe. So that was one thing that caught my eye. The next thing that caught my eye was the back of the shoe also had an indented brand. And so this is a AGL. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of this shoe. The first name is Attilio. I think I'm saying that right, but it's an Attilio, and the last name is the initials. The middle name is G, and the middle initial, and then the last initial is L. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I'm not even going to butcher it. But what I did find out in doing the research is that the comps on this shoe are very good, like very, very good. So I couldn't pass this shoe up. For one, this shoe was only $4.99. So at the least, I will get triple my money at the least. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to get way more than that. So I didn't want to pass these shoes up. This is a very good quality brand. The leather. And this shoe also has a stamp. It's also stamped with a stamp and I want to say a serial number on the inside. And that's another thing to look for. You can sometimes find that on Gucci shoes. I have a Gucci pair of shoes that I wear and they have a stamp in it too. This is another pair of the same brand. And this, you can actually see the logo. So for those of you that's interested in what the last name is, maybe you guys can pronounce it a little bit better than I can. But the initials of this shoe is AGL. And the leather, you can tell that this is very good. It's so supple, like so soft. And that's what I've also been trying to look for. Doing my research is getting a better feel of really good quality leather. And so this, I never understood what Dean meant when she was saying the leather is so soft. Because I'm like, leather is naturally soft. But this is like a different animal. Like, it's really soft. And as you can see, it also has the stamp on the inside. It has a little nick, but I would definitely put that in the description when I list it. And these were $4.99. I would say the same person donated this shoe. But these are two different sizes. One of them is a 36.5 and the other one is a 40. The only thing I can think of is that maybe someone in the same household is familiar with this brand, and this person with the smaller shoe bought this pair, and the second pair was bought by the person with the larger foot. I don't know. But it's rare that you find two of this particular brand at a Goodwill. But what I do know, and I've known this all through all my thrifting years, is that when you find one good pair of shoes, there is a high possibility of there being more good pairs. And like I said, I found a pair of Cole Haans. There were shoes that they were made in Italy. I don't know how to pronounce the names, but you can tell that they were good quality shoes. But because of my daily budget, I had to source and basically pick out the shoes that would be of the best financial reselling benefit for me. So these are the two pairs that I went with. I also found this Chico's bag, and it's actually this is a very creative bag. So it's basically a bag that can zip and become a smaller bag. It's compact. So it's just a Chico's bag. And the reason why I was ecstatic to have found this, I don't think I would have gotten this if this didn't have the original tag still on it. So the original tag, $69. And the comps on this was about $25. So it's not a lot. I'm going to price it a little bit higher and see if I can get it more. But the reason why I got it was only $3.99. So I didn't want to pass up that deal. It's like Even if I get $25 for this, I'm okay. I'm definitely okay. And that was $25 without shipping. The customer, the seller also charged shipping. So it was about maybe 30 with shipping. I'll try to fasten that up later. And then the most, I'm very excited about these two finds because I have been hearing about this. And it's just like the Eileen Fisher item that I introduced in my episode number 9 with my Goodwill haul. These are brands I never would have looked for. I don't even know high designers because when you come from a familiar from a certain background, you don't even look for designer items because me personally, I don't spend that much on items that are materialistic. Now, I will buy a nice bag or two, but when it comes to clothes, like, I'm very frugal, very cheap. Like, I'm one of the cheapest people you ever meet. But I feel like that is how I stay financially stable. Not just doing a lot of impulse buying. And like I said, hopefully I'll have a chance to do a budget video soon moving forward. And I'll show you how I kind of purchase my items, how I save, and what is important, what areas are important and that require the most spending in our household. So I found, guys, a pair of Stuart Weitzman. And this just looks like an ordinary shoe. There's no way I would have even looked. Like, I think I almost passed this up, but then I'm like, is that a Stuart Weitzman? And so I have been hearing Deion Dean talk about Stuart Weitzman in a couple of her videos. And so I let me pick this up. These were $9.99. Now, I typically don't pay this much for shoes, but I looked at the comps on these and, like, even with them being pre-owned, they're up in, like, the 70s, 80s, 90s. Pre-owned Stuart Weitzman shoes, so I did not want to pass these up. So, I might Instagram these, just, put these on Instagram, because I'm very, very happy for it. And I found those, and then I ended up, I only really looked at the handbags and the shoes today because I knew that I had a certain budget and there was no need for me to look at anything else because once I found the shoes that I found, I knew that there was not going to be any more money to put on any other areas. And I don't want to go underneath my budget because at this point I have lots and lots of inventory that I haven't even listed. And I don't want to be wasteful. And I also want to buy smart. Okay? But I had to put some things to the side so that I can get these because I was not letting these go. And I'm not even sure if you can see these, but these are a pair of Stuart Weitzman leather boots. And it has the peekaboo opening. And they are so... When I say good quality leather, I never even knew leather could be this soft. But it's because these are not shoes that I will really typically get. But look, I want you to see how the bottom of these shoes look like nobody even stepped foot outside the door, let alone in a puddle. So these, I was not passing these up. And these are 7.5. And it has the Stuart Weitzman. I'm just butchering these names. See, that's how you know I don't shop designer. Because I wouldn't even be able to pronounce their names. But I could not pass these up. So I'm going to be listing these soon. Probably either tomorrow or Thursday. Thursday is when I usually do my eBay listing. So these might be the first thing that go up. And I was so excited. And I mean, I typically don't pay this much. And these were $12.99. I typically don't pay these much for shoes, but like I stated in episode 9, I do want to get familiar with certain brands, and I want to experiment on certain brands to see, okay, what can this brand bring me a good resale return? And that's what I'm focusing on. So that's what I'm trying to get. Like I said, not just necessarily because there are other resellers that are telling me to go out and get these brands, but I feel like you learn the best through trial and error. And so I wanted to pick these up. These fit within my budget. I didn't go over budget. And so I think that these are some good finds and that these are going to bring me some great returns on my investment. And what I'm trying to do moving forward is trying to get higher quality products where I don't have to source as much. And I'm even right now my average price is about $14.99. When I first started, I was doing like the low, like literally it would be $5 to $10 because I just feel like if I can get 1,000 items listed, I mean I will be rich. But I don't have the time being a one woman show to do this, especially doing Amazon FBA. It would be unpractical for me to think that I could do that. So right now I'm trying to focus on building better quality sourcing so that I don't have to worry about having so much inventory to make my quota each month. So I will keep you guys posted on that. And of course, I'm going to come back and source anytime I get a good find like this. So you will see me again. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope to see you next time.